What's up guys, DTM here. I'm back for a special video that I wanted to release today about Halo Infinite. There's been some news lately that kind of leads us to speculation on when Halo Infinite is going to come out. Some very interesting things with that because back in June, actually, when I released my Xbox predictions for E3 2018, I had said that I thought that Halo Infinite would be announced at E3 and then released in the fall. That would have kept on the 3-year cadence of the 3-year dev cycle, rather, for Halo ever since the original game in 2001. The only game that hasn't followed that 3-year cadence of the mainline games is Halo 4, which took place 5 years after Halo 3, and that was mainly because it was switching from Bungie over to 343. 343 had to create a brand new studio to actually develop Halo 4, so that's why it took a little bit longer. But now, new evidence has me leading to believe that Halo Infinite will maybe be a fall 2020 release date game. There's a few reasons why. The first reason, we've heard lately a lot of speculation about Scarlet, which is the next generation Xbox. That's the current code name we're hearing right now. And Scarlet is definitely something we could see Halo Infinite release on launch day. There hasn't been a Halo game launch with the system since the original Xbox. You go back Xbox 360, even the updates, the Slim and all of that. Xbox One, there's never been a Halo game launched with the Xbox console except for Halo 1. So it's very possible they could do that to push Scarlet out the door. Now, don't get me wrong, Halo Infinite is still going to come out for Xbox One because it's already been announced for Xbox One. They're not going to go back on that. But I think that it will be a featured game on Scarlet, and it very well could be a fall 2020 game. There's another reason why this kind of interests me, because I'm going to go ahead and read you my notes here. I actually did some research, some heavy research into this, and 343's comments in their community update last week said that they were actually building a brand new pro team for Halo Infinite to work alongside the development team. Now, this is interesting because if the game was further along in development, they would have already had this team in place in order to work alongside the development team. The fact that they don't have that team already and they're just now hiring for it throws up a red flag for me. That makes me think it's a lot further off than I initially anticipated. And here's why I think it's 2020, because for Halo 5, they did the exact same thing and started hiring pros for the pro team for Halo 5 in January of 2014. And Halo 5 came out October of 2015. So about a year and 9 months later was the difference between release day and when they hired the pro team. Now we're in December of 2018 right now, which is pretty dang close to that January timeline. So again, that would place it, so we'll just for easy sakes, we're going to call January 2019 as the Pro Day hired date. So that would place it October of 2020 as the release date if you follow that exact same schedule. I do believe that they will use the Pro Team's input quite a bit because the Pro Team is very important to the success of Halo, because their partnerships with MLG and ESL and all of the pro leagues out there kind of lean on these pro teams to tell them how the game needs to be developed for the professional audience and for the professional players. So that's something definitely to keep an eye on. I think the 5-year dev cycle is something to be super excited about because 343 has never had this much time to make a game before. Halo 4, yes, it was 5 years after Halo 3 came out, but they were building a brand new team from scratch. They literally started with 0 employees and had to build up to the roughly probably 300 at this point employees that work there. So it's a little different when you're starting from scratch building your first game, whereas now they're already an established studio and they're just getting extra time and extra polish on their game. So that's something that could positively impact Halo Infinite for sure. So I definitely, with all that being said, I think Halo Infinite is going to be a launch title on Xbox Scarlet in fall 2020. I do believe it will come to Xbox One and Windows 10 as well, because those platforms are already announced. But I think it will be heavily featured on Scarlet as the go-to game for Scarlet. It's going to be a very interesting next 6 months here as we kind of lead up to E3 2019. E3 2019 is a very important year for Microsoft. Last year was a lot of building. They acquired 5 new studios at E3 last year. They acquired 2 more, both Obsidian and inXile back at XO18. So they have 7 new studios that they brought in. I think E3 2019 is going to show at least a little bit of what some of those studios are working on. I think the big reveal of all that's going to be E3 2020 though, when Halo Infinite gets its release. So let me know what you guys think. Tell me if you guys think that Halo Infinite's going to get pushed back to 2020 or if you think it'll be next year. 2019, listen, 2019 is still a possibility. I'm not counting it out for sure, but I'm definitely, with all the evidence we've gathered and all of the signs pointing towards it, I think we're going to see fall 2020 be that release date. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and share this video. I'd really appreciate the support, and I'll see you guys next time.